Yeah, what's up, everybody? This is Kyle and Mike from the Fantasy Phenom, here to recap a interesting and low-scoring 10-game slate for Saturday, and look forward to I don't even know 3-game slate for tomorrow. Probably barely any people will be playing, but that means it's an opportunity to get in there.
Yeah, I feel like we've seen this throughout football season. Sundays seem to be easy money.
I just think people always play. Yeah, I mean, this is the last season we get, or last Sunday we got football, but yeah, I agree. So up here, you have the projections and the actuals from today. Boogie was your high score of the night. Like I said Boogie would ball out today. He did. Boogie is better than the entire Warriors team. If you're a Warriors fan, I'm sorry, but your team sucks. Go Boogie.
Draymond almost got hurt today.
Steve Kerr got ejected. Did you see Boogie try and get the entire Warriors team ejected?
Yeah, he
That
picked
was.
up his 1700th technical as well.
I was fucking died. He was like, he's out. He's out. So Boogie was a high scorer. Steph Curry right behind him. Giannis went off today, finally.
Although half of his score was in the first quarter.
Yeah. Hassan Whiteside
Devin
balled
Booker.
out.
So it was Giannis in the first quarter, then Devin Booker in the second quarter. I think Devin Booker had like 25 actual points in 5 minutes. Something ridiculous.
John Wall balled out. Karl Anthony Towns did his thing. LeBron James did okay. I expected a little more from him. Brandon Jennings was wow. Gordon Hayward balled out. Said he would have a nice game. Kevin Love didn't know if he was going to play, but he did, and of course he balled out. Anthony Davis underperformed severely. I remember you asked me last night if I would take Boogie or Anthony Davis, and that was an easy answer, Mike.
There was like a lot of wow plays on this slate. Like we just mentioned, Brand Jennings, 50-something. LaVoy Allen,
I was just going to mention
43.
Marvin Williams.
Is this DraftKings?
Yeah, this is DraftKings.
Yeah.
Marvin Williams, LaVoy Allen, JaMychal Green, Marquise Chris had fucking 40 points. Malcolm
That's
Brogdon.
insane. I feel like you could have made a case for Brogdon. You could have made a case for Marvin Williams, and you could have made a case for like JaMychal Green, but LaVoy Allen, Brandon Jennings, Marquise Chris. Sometimes this shit just happens, you know?
What about KD tonight? 34 points.
Yeah, he was terrible.
Mike Conley didn't do great at all. I expected a much better game. I pivoted to Mike Conley in all my lineups tonight after that news came out with Gasol and Tony Allen out.
Yeah, I did the opposite. I had a lot of people messaging me about this game after that news came out, and I told everybody to be cautious because I just knew this was going to be a really slow game, and it made me like avoid it completely.
Paul George did okay. Paul Millsap did okay. Goran Dragic okay. Jabari Parker, I expected a better game from him. Carmelo, I expected a much better game from. 33 points is not good at all.
Hernan Gomez, another good performance. I think perhaps can we say that
he's the center?
Things are starting to normalize. Is that a word? Normalize?
I don't know if normalize is the right word for anything Knicks related, but we could maybe say stabilize.
Stabilize. Approaching normalization.
Joe Johnson, didn't expect him at all. That was a
again, another one of those plays that you can never expect. I mean, we knew Rodney Hood was out, but it seemed to be going all toward the minutes in production used to all go toward Burks and Ingles. So I don't know. Who knows, man?
Yeah, well, Jonathan.
Epitome of a 10-game slate like this. You have these players that go off that obviously win people money, and so it just shows that sometimes you have to throw darts places that you normally wouldn't.
I don't know how you could have predicted any of this tonight. Plain and simple. I couldn't have told you Jonathan Simmons or Jermichael Green. Any of those guys would have gone off.
Yeah. I'm pissed I didn't play LaVoy Allen. I tried to get him in, but for some reason I really wanted Tyson Chandler, and so I didn't want to do LaVoy Allen tonight.
Well, I have to talk about someone who hit big tonight, and I've yet to find out his real personal name, but Team Loby, that is his FanDuel name. He won $10,000 tonight, rocking the Fantasy Phenom logo. Congratulations, sir. Hopefully you are awake. Obviously, you're a part of the group, otherwise you wouldn't be rocking that logo. So hopefully you claim that lineup in the morning. Maybe you're just asleep, but if you're asleep, you're going to wake up to some nice money, sir.
Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, wow. Was it like a big tournament? I mean, what was his line?
I can tell you his line right now. It was John Wall, Steph Curry, Giannis, Devin Booker, TJ Warren, Matt Barnes, Zach Randolph, and I don't have the other two.
Okay, well, that's obviously you can see a strategy there. I mean, he picked those two games in the late slate. Was it a late night? Was it a late slate tournament?
No, because it had John Wall. It had John Wall.
Oh, right. So yeah, he just picked those late games. You picked the right games at least.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Congratulations, man. That is awesome.
So 10K.
Thank you for rocking with us, and we're real happy to have you as part of our community.
Oh, there you go. Jermichael Green and John Henson were his other two. Good luck, Corey.
John Henson.
Well, let's get into this part of the show. Obviously, not a lot to break down tomorrow. 3 games, nothing too crazy. Going to be an in and out kind of show. Obviously, like I said, it's going to be not a lot of plays tomorrow. Not a lot of plays at all. I think you'll see a lot of these people taking the day off to watch the Super Bowl, all that. They'll be drinking all day. So I think tomorrow's it just gut feeling. I think tomorrow's going to be a good opportunity to cash for some of the other guys.
Yeah. Also, I feel like it's Saturday. It's a Sunday morning, and the slate starts at 9 a.m. your time. So
fuck yeah.
People that are intending to build lineups and enter tournaments might miss the cutoff tomorrow morning or something. But yeah, there is something to be said about this 3-game slate. There really isn't a clear-cut point total to avoid or to go after. Would you agree?
I do agree with that. We were just talking about before the show which game to target. I don't know.
I think both of us have the gut feeling to look at this Clippers-Boston game, but you can make the argument for either one of these 3 games.
All right, so Isaiah Thomas or Chris Paul, who you rolling with tomorrow?
Yeah, I wish Chris Paul was out there. That'd be cool to watch them play. It really would.
I said, who did
Doc Rivers going back to the Garden,
Who did I tell? Oh, I told Josh tonight, Josh Tannery. I was like, hey, Josh, watch out for Chris Paul tomorrow. He's going to be a good play against Isaiah defense. And he actually went and checked to see if he was playing.
That's how you know you've been playing this too long.
Oh, man. But Isaiah Thomas, I love tomorrow against Austin Rivers or Raymond Felton, whoever the fuck he's playing against. Doesn't really matter. And
like I said,
you can look at the reverse
the whole
too.
Doc Rivers thing going back to
Boston, yeah.
Boston, is that a narrative to play into? You think he's playing up this game?
I don't know how much you can put into a coach going back home.
That's true, but I don't know.
To me, I think in basketball, in all of sports, basketball is the least important for a coach. You don't need a coach in basketball.
Yeah, especially on a random Sunday afternoon in February.
Marcus Smart, if Avery Bradley's out again?
No, I mean, I want Isaiah Thomas, right? I don't know how I want Isaiah Thomas and Marcus Smart. I think that's counterproductive.
I agree with that.
I do want to mention, I looked into this Clippers backcourt. It's been 7 games since Chris Paul's been out. We've seen a lot of different things going on in this backcourt. I don't know if you've been paying attention from game after game, but I feel like it's a large enough sample to dive into the stats a little bit and at least let you guys know what I found. So again, 7 games. Start with Rivers. He's hit 40-plus DraftKings points once in those 7 games without Chris Paul. He's averaging 30.5 DraftKings points. And Felton's averaging 28.5. And JJ is averaging 24.4.
So who are you taking?
And that's me. So that's me. It was interesting because Felton's 4,900, and he's only averaging 2 less points.
So you think there's more value there?
Yeah, I think there could be more value, but the problem is that Felton hasn't started every one of those games. They've been going back and forth with different rotations. Like Rivers actually started at small forward in 3 of those 7 games. He started against Golden State, Atlanta, and Minnesota at small forward, and when that happens, Felton starts at point guard. But in the other games, Rivers starts at point guard, and Felton either comes off the bench or there was even one game where he started at small forward. So it's just interesting to me that they're toying around with these rotations. I guess it's matchup based, but I don't really see a trend.
That's fair. I tend to avoid that entire situation.
Yeah, and that's another case. It's like,
and I just want to play.
It's not safe,
Just play the point guard against the Clippers.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. It's just there's no clear-cut trend that's going on there.
Is Russell Westbrook a must-play tomorrow?
At 12,800, DraftKings has made it very...
They did that on purpose.
Yeah, they couldn't just, let us have a nice day where we can play Russell Westbrook and feel comfortable about the rest of our lineup, He's definitely going to make you play people that you don't really want to play. Oh, man. So, if you're making...
You're going to have to go like Russell
3
Westbrook
lineups, you do 2 out of 3?
I think you would roster maybe Russell Westbrook and Fred VanVleet.
Sounds like a really cool name for a
ship.
Airplane.
I was thinking ship. Where the fuck are you at? Van Fleet?
Van Vliet.
Van
It's not
Fleet.
Fleet.
Sorry.
Van Vliet. Get it right.
I thought it was Van Fleet.
Hello, sir. I'm Captain Van Vliet of the... I don't know, man.
Jesus Christ.
Too late.
It is late. Dame Lillard, CJ McCollum, or Kyle Lowry? Where are you going?
I think I'm going Dame.
I think I go Dame.
7,500.
I think I go Dame as well.
Yeah, I like Thomas over Lowry.
I also agree with that.
But I mean, they're both obviously in play. I think, especially if DeRozan's out, Lowry's a pretty safe play tomorrow.
I still take Isaiah. I'm not fading Isaiah off just because of the last game.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting guard. J.J. Redick against Boston. You have to look at shooting guards against Boston.
So JJ always kind of researched three-point percentage, being that the majority of his field goal attempts are from behind the arc. And Boston is a top 5 team in opposing three-point percentage, and that somewhat immediately takes me off of him. But it's a 3-game slate, so it's not like we're looking at. There's not like there's much else to look at, you can't even scroll down on the spreadsheet, It's all right there.
Yeah, there's no one else to look at. I don't know. I like JJ Redick tomorrow.
So, if you're taking... Never mind, we'll get there.
Jaylen Brown, you got to look at him.
Yeah, he's probably one of the top 5 punt plays on the slate, in my opinion, just because of the minutes that he's been getting if Avery Bradley is out,
If Avery Bradley's out and you want to roster Russell Westbrook, I think Jaylen Brown is a good shooting guard.
Yeah, like I said, you're going to have to play people you don't necessarily want to play, and I could get behind Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown's a stud. Jaylen Brown's going to end up being the best player out of this draft. Ben Simmons ain't shit. Brandon Ingram is up there, but that's because he's a dookie. And then you got Jaylen Brown, the stud of the draft. Jaylen Brown's like up here. Brandon Ingram's like a notch below, and then Ben Simmons is like down here.
I still think Malcolm Brogdon right now is the best NBA player out of that draft.
I'm talking long term, Mike. Give a fuck about right now.
Well, long term, yeah. Long term, yes, but right now.
I mean, if you just look at their stats so far in their career, Ben Simmons is probably the worst player in this draft.
It's true.
We talked about CJ. DeMar DeRozan, we don't know if he's playing. What about Oladipo against CJ?
Yeah, I think Oladipo's very fairly priced, and he's coming off 2 duds, which might scare people away. Oladipo actually has 30-plus DraftKings points in 7 of the last 10 games, and 30 would be close to 6 times value, It's just these last 2 games, he's got some duds, and if you look at who they were, one was against Memphis, and the other one was against 3/4 of Chicago.
What about Norman Powell? I think you have to. If DeRozan's out, Norman Powell becomes, I think, a must play on DraftKings tomorrow, 5,700. Against Brooklyn.
Against the Nets, everybody's in play, but you gotta pick and choose your spots. You can't just be like.
You can't roster the whole team.
I like Lowry, I like Powell, and I like Corey Joseph. You can't play the entire backcourt. You'd be cannibalizing yourself.
Jay Crowder against LA tomorrow.
I like it. Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Second worst team in the league against small forwards. You know what's crazy is how much of an impact Chris Paul has on that team defensively.
Mm-hmm.
Since Chris Paul's
and
been out.
offensively, man.
Well, yeah, but matchup-wise, since he's out, that team has gone to shit defense-wise.
Yeah, I know. They really have. In almost every aspect, too. And the only guy that's good defender is Mbamute. And the problem is by putting him on the floor for, 30-plus minutes, they can't win games because they need to have that 3-guard thing. And that's why you've seen Rivers play small forward a lot. Mm-hmm. I think my Crowder play somewhat hinges on if Rivers is playing small forward, I love Crowder. But if it's Mbamute, I take a second look.
I can get behind that. Yeah, Rivers is an awful defender. Terrible.
Yeah, there's an obvious mismatch there.
Evan Turner against OKC. I don't think I really like that one too much. Mo Harkless against OKC. Yeah, he's 5,000.
Yeah, definitely not Harkless. His minutes have not been there. Turner's taken over this starting role. He's actually averaging 5.5 plus minutes since he started. Starting.
You know what? If I'm being honest, Mike, I don't think you can fade Crowder tomorrow.
He's not like a must. I don't know if he's a must. On FanDuel, you probably have to, yeah. So if you don't play him, you gotta go. There's no Norman Powell on FanDuel at small forward, right?
Yep. Terrence Ross, his birthday's tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Terrence. Terry?
So there's that. It's a good matchup against Brooklyn, but shit, you can kind of take a chance on one of these Brooklyn small forwards and hope you get that one right. But
yeah, it's true. There's really nothing safe at small forward tomorrow.
I don't think you can fade Jay Crowder on FanDuel. Unless Jaylen Brown is listed at small forward on FanDuel, then I can get behind that.
I don't think he is.
I almost think he is. He's been switching. He went from shooting guard to FanDuel.
Oh, yeah.
Shooting guard to small forward. Let me see.
I can tell you. Real quick. No, he's a small forward. You're right.
Yeah, okay. So then that makes Crowder less of a lock because I can get behind Jaylen Brown to save some money. But
yeah, and I don't think you go Crowder and Brown.
No, definitely not. At power forward, I think Blake is a great play tomorrow.
Yeah, it's probably one of the most solid plays on the slate. On a 10-game slate, that price might be a little high to me, but
it goes from 8,600 to 48. That's the next highest price.
Yeah, I know, it's nuts. On this last back-to-back that they played, he had 50-plus DraftKings points in both games. And that last game against the Clippers, he was the first Clipper this season to score 30 actual points.
Shit, I didn't know that.
So he's getting his run. I mean, obviously the matchup is a great one for him. Probably the best on his team for sure. So
Yeah, against Boston.
if they're going to keep this game close, he's having a big game.
So I can get behind. I can get behind an Isaiah Blake Griffin game stack.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to this game, those are the two high usage guys on each side. So that's just a general rule for me. Whenever I'm picking the game I want to invest in, I pick the two high. Yeah, on each side.
Punt plays. Now we got to look at punt plays.
Punt plays?
Justin Hamilton, possibly. I'm talking power forward. I mean, everyone else is a punt play essentially.
No. I think you can look at Joffrey Laverne. I think he's power forward eligible.
He is.
I think you can look at Baby Nogueira. He's power forward eligible. If Pat is out, he's questionable.
You have to look at Aminu as well, I think. OKC is not very good against power forwards.
Definitely look at Aminu. Aminu has actually been playing well recently as well. He's averaging 30-plus minutes and 25-plus DraftKings points in each of his last 4 games. On DraftKings, Oklahoma City comes in at 27th in DVP. And seems like it's a good matchup, too.
What about Trevor Booker? He might fly under the radar.
He's not been getting his minutes. He really hasn't.
Wow, Rondae Hollis Jefferson is now only power forward on DraftKings.
I know. That's new today.
Wow. So is Rondae Hollis Jefferson play?
I only like him if Booker is out. They're splitting that time right now, at least in the past 2 games that they've been doing this rotation. They've just been splitting the minutes. So unless like Levert or Bogdanovich rests or Booker rests, I'm not for it.
Center. I think this is the position you have the most choices at.
Yeah. I mean, by most, there's like 6 because there's 6 teams. But yeah, all 6 of these guys are like within the exact same price range, and so it's going to be a tough call in FanDuel. I think you can fade DeAndre. I think his price is a little too high with Blake back. I don't know what he is on FanDuel. But I think the 2 guys that separate themselves, for me at least, are Horford and Adams.
We talked about this earlier. I'm on board with you with the Steven Adams pick. His price is really low compared to the other guys. And he gets run without Cantor. I mean, he averages, 3.5 more minutes a game?
Yeah, it's only a 4-game sample size, but yeah, it's 3.5 more minutes. But it's also over 2.5 more rebounds. But he's had 3 big rebounding games in the 4 that Cantor has been out. And it makes sense. I mean, they shared the court for a considerable amount of time when they were playing together. This Portland front court is easy to go after.
What about Brook Lopez? I'm telling you, he always goes under-owned. He's to the point where he's averaging more than he needs for 5 times value now.
No, you're right. And he had a big game against Toronto last time they played. He had close to 45 DraftKings points, so he easily could do it again.
I just think if he's going to be low-owned again tomorrow, I mean, relative, obviously. You won't get him at like 2%, but relative. You got to look at it.
Yeah, I think double center again tomorrow on DraftKings. Might as well pair him with the point guards.
Yeah, you can go. So you mentioned you actually mentioned you like Dinwiddie as well, right?
Did I?
You were talking to me earlier about that. So. You said you like Dinwiddie.
No, I was joking.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering if people were going to take that seriously or not.
I took it serious. I fell for it like Josh fell for, what's his name? Chris Paul.
Dinwiddie Hamilton stack.
Fucking Dinwiddie.
No thanks, man. I guess he's in consideration in punts. You know, like Laverne, Dinwiddie, Noguera, Jalen Brown, Terrence Ross, maybe Alan Crabb. There's 6 guys that I could get behind for cheap.
I'm just reading some of these comments. Apparently, Brooke Lopez has beef with a mascot, the Toronto mascot.
You ever heard Brooke Lopez talk?
Yeah, he's fucking
Sounds like Lurch. Just doing what I can, you know. Just you got a great team, you know, and I know we're gonna do things in the future, so.
What the? What the fuck, Mike?
I should just do a whole show in Brooke Lopez voice.
Fucking kill me, man.
You should look it up. There's an interview of him with one of the sideline reporters where he says the word you know 20 or like 12 times in 30 seconds. It's a good laugh. Might as well, right?
I'm gonna have to look it
Show
up.
your friends at a Superbowl party.
Yeah, right. Brooke Lopez. Brooke Lopez is the comedic relief. What was I gonna say? I just want to give one more big shout out to Josh. You guys know him in the Facebook group. Josh was out today at the Super Bowl festivities, spreading the Fantasy Phenom movement, and he's gonna head back out tomorrow, up until game time. So, huge shout out to Josh. The only thing he's missing is wearing the fucking Falcons mascot shit, whatever. Ugly bird, big bird, dirty bird,
Dirty bird.
dirty bird. There you go.
Yeah, awesome work, Josh. That's great. I love that we're getting the word out. I'm sure you're having a lot of fun doing it too.
I'm sure he's probably drunk doing it.
Probably. Why not?
Yeah, I don't blame him at all. Yeah, absolutely. So go out and get drunk out there, Josh, and spread the word. Do your little dirty bird dance. Don't record it though. We don't want to see that shit, but do it out there. And much appreciated, man. So again, short show tonight. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We still had 50 people. I'm surprised. I didn't think this many people would be watching on a Super Bowl Sunday night, but appreciate you guys tuning in. We will talk to you soon. Best of luck tomorrow. And actually, no, real quick, I gotta ask you, Mike, who's winning the Super Bowl tomorrow?
Matty Ice, man.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
See,
I'm going to Disney World tomorrow.
I want the Falcons to win, but I cannot bet money against Hoodie. I can't do it.
All right, well then let's make a bet.
See, but I'm not that's contradictory. Like, I'm not betting for that reason because I don't want the Patriots to win. So I'd be rooting against myself, but I can't bet against them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's a close game, man. I do. I think we're in for a good one tomorrow. They can't stop Julio, man. They can't.
No, they can't. But Bill Belichick is the best coach in the league, and Tom Brady is the best system QB ever.
Yeah, coming from a 49ers fan.
He's a system QB. System QB, Mike. You missed that. System QB. Tom Brady's a shit QB.
What do you think?
He's a system QB.
What, Montana Steve Young took over Montana's system. That wasn't
No.
That wasn't good enough for you?
Nope. Tom Brady is a system QB. Without Bill Belichick, he's nothing. Look at all the quarterbacks of Bill Belichick made Matt Castle look good, who was out of the league in 2 years. He made fucking that Jacoby Brisket look good. I mean, shit. He probably could have won a game with Julian Edelman at quarterback.
I'm gonna be watching basketball. That's for sure.
You're not even gonna watch the game.
I'll watch some football here and there. I'll be watching some basketball. I got some shit to do tomorrow for sure. Obviously, I got to go to work, which sucks. But afterward, gonna make some food, have some fun with some friends, and yeah, it should be a fun day.
Well, shit, guys. Good luck tomorrow. Stay safe out there. Make sure you get an Uber. Apparently, Jay's going to fly with his car. Jay, again, I hope your car doesn't start tomorrow. So, good luck with that. Missed having you on the show, but still go fuck yourself.
That'd be a cool name for a car. How about like a Cadillac Van Vliet?
Van Vliet. Cadillac Van Vliet.
I got some cool stuff coming too. I've been doing a lot of research and digging and about tackling roster construction in these short slates. So keep an eye out. Be posted in the Facebook group, if not tomorrow, sometime this week.
All right, guys. So, yeah, look forward to that. Mike has a ton of good stuff coming regarding slates, or stacking. So it'll be it's a little surprising information, by the way. So make sure you're in that Facebook group. He's going to release it in there. But a lot of good information, and I don't think it's not something you'd expect. So obviously there's a lot of positivity centered around stacking, but there's definitely a certain way to do it, and I don't think it's well documented among the DFS community right now. So look forward to Mike.
Yeah.
He's going to help you guys out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help you out and provide some statistical evidence to play smart on short slates.
So, all right, guys. Well, have a wonderful night. We'll see you soon. Good luck tomorrow.